So, I'm going to be working with Professor Dr. Weston, Dr. Robert Weston, and he has come to me to work with this neck that he has been having for, how long have you been having it, Bob?
Oh, at least 15 years.
15 years.
When I first noticed it, I might have had it before.
So I'm going to show you what neurosomatic can look like, integration. He's come, I've been seeing Bobby for about 7 years with work, and we've seen some huge improvements in some areas of his body. And now there seems to be a desire, a want in Bobby, that he wants this to be, he wants to feel freer in this area, in the neck and shoulders. And these are like some of the areas that we had talked about with that create defense. This is how I defend. I defend through my shoulders, through my neck, through my face. And the face is one of the key aspects in the vagal system, where neurological information will change expressions of the face, expressions of the hands and arms. And these are indicators of what is happening in the body itself. They're active areas. So we learn how to read these things because they're neural indicators of activations, deactivations, sympathetic systems, parasympathetic systems, dorsal, vagal, ventral information. So just by laying my hands here, I'm going to lay my hands right on his shoulder, and this is the shoulder where the pectoralis major, minor insert, and then we have the deltoids and the processes of the acromion process and the clavicle, and all of these, and with the scapula part, the bone, and it has an insertion of a levator scapula which goes into the neck. So all these are key muscles. So as I touch, I can see neural responses. The arm kind of jumps, and we're making an invitation to the body to consciously let go, because I'm holding on to the muscles in my body. There's no any kind of logic that there would have for it to be holding when lying down, but because of the things that have happened to us, we're holding on because that's safe. And can you have a safe feeling without holding on or defending? So we introduce not pushing, just touch. Feeling your hands, feeling the warmth, reassuring the body that it's okay, I'm not here to push you. And you can ask 3 questions, and Bobby knows them, and I'll repeat them. They always like to repeat them. Are you experiencing any images? And images we mean by, well, what comes up? You're thinking about the windmills on the hill across the Black Forest. And how does that feel? So then that's what we mean by an image. Then a thought could be, yeah, I'm thinking about the windmills. I don't have a picture, just about windmills. And then where do you feel that in your body? What's that feel like? And then the third one, well, we've got thought, images, and then physical sensation. So if I'm touching here, is there any other physical part that you feel in your body, anywhere? And then that's another neural indicator that the body might want attention there. So I don't come in with an agenda. The only agenda, if there needs to be, is what is the body, how does the body talk, and share its information in a safe way so that the body can let go and discharge what it's been holding on to. Very much like you could relate it to Feldenkrais, very much subtle, little tiny, minuscule movements to help the body engage. It's okay. Because the body is a series of probably millions of minute movements that are some kind of a bit of information is going through. Highly sophisticated. So you notice his neck, his head gives this shake, kind of goes, So do that again, Bob. Yeah. And just really slow it down. And it's the slowness that helps the muscles to relax. Like they begin to realize, well, I don't need this many muscles to make this move. So as he keeps doing it, and I'm here with his arm, because that's what started it. And then as you're doing that, Bobby, if anything comes up and it feels like safe to share it, please do that. Nice. The other thing is about the breath. So if I put my hands in areas where that are used for breathing, then the body will connect into me. Oh, breath, wow, yeah. Because these ribs can really float. They can feel very, very loose. But what's happened is through life, through the thing, they're defended. There's like a shield on them. So just by being there, don't dig in, don't try to push anything. Just allow the neurology of my hand to integrate with the neurology of Robert and his axial skeleton. So you have an axial skeleton and then you have appendiculars that hang on the axial skeleton. The head is a hanger-oner. But when it gets frozen through whatever, like that's what's happened with Bobby, is he moves and his whole body moves. It just doesn't move, oh, I can just move my head. But when he does it, and many people do, they move the whole body. So it's like one big movement. How you doing?
Good.
How do you know that?
Oh, I just feel myself sinking into the table and breathing deeper. Palms of my hands are warm.
What's that?
That's a defense.
Okay. What are we defending right here?
It was anticipating a painful probe.
Ah, probe. So probably probing wouldn't be a good thing for you. I don't know. But that's what... So tell me a little bit about probing. Is that a thought? Do you get an image, a sensation when you say probe? Probing, like you have a sensation here or a hand?
Well, yeah, at first it was like a bullet probing, entering in.
Where? Here, right?
Yeah, wherever, but right now, right there.
Yeah. Does it feel that way now?
No.
Okay. If I do this, what happens? Oh. So we notice the difference in the breath. What happens?
It felt kind of like an opening going on, like what do you call those things? Like a wedge going in, and tip of it moving in, and then things opening up behind it.
Is that an image? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me more about the image. Behind it. Behind what?
The wedge.
The wedge. Tell me about the wedge.
The wedge is something used to split wood with.
So it's metal.
Well, it doesn't have to be, but.
What's yours? Metal, wood, what?
Well, right now it's your finger, so it's not metal or wood, it's flesh.
And that's what you see. You see a wedge that looks like flesh.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the shape of a bullet.
In the shape of a bullet. A flesh-eating bullet. Well, it kind of does have to eat its way in. So, tell me more about the eating bullet. The human eating bullet. It's interesting.
Well, it's just that the bullet penetrates into the body space, where there's stuff. There's all this. I mean, I can see like all these
Yeah, do
like
that again.
wires.
Wait. All this stuff, and you went like this with your head. Like that. Do that. Notice what happens, what comes up when you start to do that.
Well, it feels like it reminds me of pulling on an appliance where there's a whole lot of wires connected, and you're trying to figure out which one to unplug. So you tug on it, and you notice, does it move, or is something moving?
Well, tell me a little bit about that. Is there anyone that you want to tug on or not tug on? Can you see that? Is it an image? Colors? What? What does tug look like?
Tug is like pulling, like
Yeah.
pulling away.
Yeah, but you're pulling away from what?
From wherever you're
You.
stuck.
Not well, right now it's you.
Yeah, so it's like pulling something away from my spine, it feels like.
Well, what is that? Take your time.
I don't know what it is.
But you do know the
Tissue.
spine. You see the spine?
Well, I see something, I associate with the spine.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, it's just like a bunch of bones and stacked up on one another.
Bunch of bones.
And then all these little wires coming, little nerve things
Doesn't that sound familiar to you?
coming out of it.
See, now I know Bobby, I'm just going to bring up a story because he probably even knows what I'm going to bring up. But when I say just a puddle of sticks, what happens?
Well, it's a looseness, and be completely loose, cut loose. And really unable to move
Move what?
anything.
Well, say that and move your arm up. Your other arm, not this arm, but your other arm. Just say, I'm unable to move my arm, and see if it move it at the same time.
Well, I'm able to move my arm. I'm unable to move my arm.
What happens?
It moves.
It moves. Anything else you have any doubt that will move? What? What about your neck?